I'm live. Is it working? I think it is. I don't fully grasp YouTube yet. No, I do, but just used to the other John. So like, I decided to move over to Facebook to YouTube because of the obvious. I'm not able to speak my truth, my mind, my heart, our heart. I decided to make the switch when I was shut down, So I realized how important it was. The things that I remember, it's like I recall, being a child and being in tune, right? Before I was systematically closed off by my surroundings and, the school system. As a child, I could perceive auras. I can now as an adult, but it took a lot to be able to get back to that point. I just remembered the inherent knowing, that we all have, that society attempts to break down and erase from our consciousness, from human consciousness. We all remember, we all have it in us, the codes, the memories, we were there. There's no such thing as time, that's a human concept. Something that was created, the zero. What is zero, There's 1, 2, 3. And then 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. But then how could there be 10? Because there's no 0, Fibonacci, life, coming from life, birth. It's infinity is what it is. We're timeless. We are eternal beings that were taught to forget who we are and our abilities. And then those perceptions created the false reality around us. I remember being in school and, I said it before in the video on Facebook, I recall being taught, right? I was born in 1978, so I was a child of the 80s. And, our books, the books that we were told to study in school have been written and rewritten over and over and over again. And I remember, I recall being taught about the Vikings. Look, I start speaking about this. You hear that? The fish tank went on and off. Energy. There it goes again. On and off. Energy. So I remember being taught about the Vikings. The V-Kings. Right? This strong, large, powerful group of beings that traveled this earth realm, right? You're gonna see it backwards, so I'm gonna do this way. Traveled it backwards. traveled it backwards. Oh my God, I gotta write it backwards. What am I saying? Traveled the earth realm, right? Not destroying and pillaging and raping as, today we're taught. No. They were this amazing race of beings, Vikings, that sailed all over the earth realm, sharing their knowledge and sharing their society, their truths, their knowings. What I remember in the history book, right? The history book that we were told to study in second grade, I recall that Leif Erikson sailed the seas, all of them, all over the earth realm. Leif Erikson. And then I remember the next year in school, we got new books. The whole school got new books. And history wasn't called history class anymore. It was called social studies. Social studies. The study of what it would do to society if we change his story. It's amazing. It's absolutely amazing how when an idea is planted in our heads and we are taught that it is a truth, that will form and mold everything around us. And it all goes back to the whole navigation of the globe. I remember being taught how the Vikings were able to navigate with a seeing stone and with their compass, right? So it's not a crucifix. It's a navigation tool to navigate the earth plane. Keep it level, longitude and latitude, right? Now we're taught that the Vikings were savage, right? These savage pagan beings that had multiple gods and they were stupid, right? They didn't have written language. They spoke in rune, they wrote in rune, communicated, right? Runes. Let's talk about that. That's angel or angle. The V. Pew, pew. And we also have the L, which is another angle. Angle. LV. Vowels. Vowels are also a new concept. There was only consonants. There was no A, E, I, O, U. Prior to, this Latin, the tongue that we speak now. Our language is part of what has cast the vowel. Veil and vowel. Very similar. Who are you a descendant of? What is your history? His story? Are you of pagan descent? This race or culture of beings that we're told have no heritage? These Vikings, sailed every sea to every continent, went everywhere, and traded, shared their knowledge. It's in all of recorded time. All the way back. You can trace it all the way back to, obviously, the Aryans. How about Shambhala? Do you know what Shambhala is? Look it up. Heaven, that could be another concept, right? Of what it is. It's in the mountains, hidden somewhere. It's another realm, another place that exists, another state of consciousness. There's so many states of consciousness. And the hue, man. Colors, multiple colors of man. We've been taught to forget our story. And how we all are kings. We all come from kings. We are all knowing, all powerful. And it's coming back. Blessed be everyone.